Hello. Hello. So, yes, we're finally back to the Milton Valley Railroad. It's been a week. Yeah, feels a bit longer to me. But yes, we're back. So, yes. I suppose I should really get going. So, right, I remember to switch over to the correct stream. And since we're going to stay in full screen, I'm just going to leave it as this. Good morning, noon, night? I suppose so. Hello, yes, hello. So, here we go. Oh, 5 people already in chat. Hello. Hello. Or rather, watching the stream. Not all of them, maybe. Oh, right, this is the wrong version. I've got Trainz open to fix some stuff on a root. Freeware root that is technically already released, but there are some issues with it because some things that came with Trainz don't come with TRS-19 unless you already have Trainz, and it's just a bit complicated. I'm in the process of fixing it. So, right. Milton Valley Railroad. Like this, it's better like this. Hello, Mr. W and Slovak Eagle 2. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Right. Hey, yes, hello. Right. So, last time we left off, we had found an interesting bug with the cattails, which it's just a graphical bug. It's not that big of a deal. And yes, we had built the bridge, and that's where we left off. Right. Yes, this lifting bridge, by the way. Sorry. Right. So the bug is not happening at the moment, but if I go into settings and I increase this to something reasonable, like maybe 4 kilometers, and this one to ultra, then you can see the lice, as I like to call them, come back. Yeah, it's just an issue. It's not that big of a deal. You don't really notice it when you're further away. I mean, it might not actually be happening when you're further away. Anyway. Oh yeah, the cattails, I remember. Blarg, yes. So, I want to test whether this lift bridge actually works and with what speed it is good to approach it. So I'm going to... Well, let's see. I have some... Well, I have this train right here. I can just reverse this one and see how that works. Okay. Now we go. Right. Issues, yes. So here is the train, if you didn't already know. Oh, that sounds a bit quiet. What's the sound level at? Oh, that's why it should be at 30%, I think. Oh, hello, Slovak Eagle. Welcome, welcome. Still seems oddly quiet. I'm sure it's okay. And CV stands for... Well, let's see. Central Vermont. It stands for Central Vermont. That's probably a host from Kango Fango, even though there's probably... Yeah, there we go. I mean, I honestly don't know why you keep doing that if there's nobody watching your stream, if there's nobody on your channel, because it really only gives the illusion that there are... like, if you hear that sound, you think, oh, there's a follower, oh, there's a host, oh, there's whatever. But why do you do it if it doesn't benefit anybody? Do you just like to create that sound? Interesting, thanks. It is. It is what? Quiet? Shut eyes, cause he cares, damn it. Yep, but it doesn't really do anything. If there's nobody watching his stream, then it doesn't bring anybody here. In case someone comes by my channel, they'll see yours. Oh, I see. I see. Well, thank you. Right, so the bridge is up. I'm going to try to accelerate to 35 miles an hour to see what, how quickly the drawbridge lowers. No problem. Okay, that's good. It's still up. Oh, the normals for the window frame are inverted, I think. It's still up. Oh, now it's starting to go down. Right, so it looks like it does just about make it down if a train travels at 35 miles an hour. But I don't really want the trains to go across this fast. I might lower it down to like 25 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour or something like that. Someone's coupled up. Oh, right, who? Jordi Barreda. Jordi Barreda. Oh, hello, Jordi. Hello, Chris. Yes. 20 seems good. Yeah, I missed who coupled up. Sorry. 20 miles per hour is perfect speed for this bridge. Hi. Yes, hello, Jordi. Good evening, sweetheart. Hello. Yes, hello, sweetheart. Yes. Right. I use 20 on these bridges on Eagle County. Oh, I see. That's probably where I have them from. Then, if you use these on there. Okay, so let's see. 20. Oops, wrong layer. Oh, Shadows, it was Jordi. Oh, well, then hello, Jordi. Thanks for following. Right. So, let's see. 20 miles an hour over here. And then 35 over on the other side. Just like that. And then on this side, well, I'll put the track down first and then I'll deal with that. However, I am going to use the other track that doesn't have the loading issue, which I think is Oran something. This one. Yeah, this one. Here it is. You've got Eagle County? Nice. I had it. I deleted it again because it was quite large, and at the time I had quite the space issue with the streams as well, which I download and then move on a different external drive. But yeah, I don't have it installed anymore, but I did download it and have a look at it. Right, so I think I want this to continue in the same direction, and then go onto the main line somewhere over here, I'd say. Right, so something like this should be good. Alright. Now let's place the speed board. There we go, 20. Okay, I've already raised... Oh, not exactly. I need to raise it a bit more. Like this. Good. Next step, painting. Jody, have you seen any of the other streams? Because I think I don't recognize your name. I mean, any of the other Milton Valley Railroad streams. Like, do you know the route somewhat? If you're still watching, that is. Right. Oh, also, one thing I thought might be nice having here is... 8 viewers. Aha, now it's 7. Hello, 7 or 8 viewers. Yes. So one thing I thought would be good on here might be sugar cane plantation. Because I watched a video by Distant Signal, who does North American rail fanning videos, and either one of his latest or his latest video was about a steam locomotive that was restored by an American sugar company. And this year, I think, yeah, this year, when the harvesting season started, that locomotive had the honor of pulling the first carload. So I think that actually, given how flat the land is going to become over here, a sugarcane plantation might fit quite well. What do you think in chat? Yes, let me guess, will you use a steam loco here? Well, this is kind of transitional era, maybe late transitional era. So, probably, yes. I mean, just in general. I think that would look good. Same, I concur. Okay. Interesting. Right, so... what is the next? Next thing, I guess, is... Let's see, what does this look like? If... Right, so if the main line goes this way, then I think the forest should continue on to the edge of this baseboard at the very least. Shades, you could repaint the camelback to have the sugar company text on the tender. If I get permission, I could do that with the author's, with the author's permission, of course, yes. Right, so did I actually already... I thought that I had... Oh, right, here we go. Yes, I did. Because if you didn't know, I used two kind of variations of forest to copy-paste. One is the dense variation, which is this one, which has these shrubs in it as well. And then the less dense variation, which is this. I mean, you can see the difference if you just look at it from the top. Like here's kind of the border between the two. So I have this little area here that I copy from for the dense forest. And when I extend the forest that way, I don't want to get rid of it. So I was just wondering whether I had already made a little border around it, so it's going to be easy to copy from. Trainz, you could make a base board somewhere where the player will never see it and put all your asset pellets onto that. I could, but it's not necessary at the moment. Right. Hello, Kango, says Sweetar Gaming. Yes, hello, Sweetar. How are you doing, Shadice and Kango? Yes, I'm excited that I'm working on the Milton Valley Railroad again because it's actually been a week. Yeah, last Saturday I played Trainz Simulator instead. No, sorry. Last Saturday I had the multiplayer session on the Eagleville map, which, as it turns out, nobody was available to do that, so it was just me playing around that. However, some people from the live stream did join in voice chat, and Slovak Eagle played the role of the dispatcher, so it was quite a lot of fun actually. And then on, let's see, it's Saturday, and on Tuesday, which is the other day that I usually stream Milton Valley Railroad, was Train Simulator. I played Train Simulator instead. So I'm glad to be back on this. Yes. Hello, yes, Spirit back. Good, thank you. How are you? I know. And also, you did the coding stream. Yes, I did. But that was not instead of the Milton Valley Railroad stream. But yes, you're right, I did. By the way, how did you find that? Do you have any feedback? We had the multiplayer stream. Shreddies played the role of the dispatcher? No, I said Slovak Eagle. Oh, what are you talking about? He was the dispatcher. Yeah, well, then he played the role properly. He used method acting. Right. Back. Okay, welcome back. I had asked if anybody had any feedback on the game development live stream yesterday, actually. From yesterday, actually. Welcome back, yes. Shreddies, alright, must have missed that. I'll provide my feedback shortly. Okay, take your time. We've got plenty of that at the moment. Okay. You need a little bit more here, like that. Shreddies, would you like it via Twitch chat, mailed in an envelope, or via carry pigeon? I'd say, oh, fax. Well, yes, definitely fax. Although you'd need to get me a fax machine first. Shays, you'd need to get me one too. I suppose so. Delivery boy, you called, sir? Well. Right, so. Right, I need to texture the side a bit of this. Actually, give it here. I'll take it to him. Okay, yeah, sure. You can take it to me if you want. Or by smoke signal. Ah, yes, we could use the steam locomotive for that. You know, the one that I have, somewhere. Maybe, I think it's in the attic. Right. Alright, XD. The one thing we didn't think of. Let's use the camelback. Right. Walkie-talkie. I think walkie-talkie. I think you're probably a bit too far away for that. I mean, maybe if Kango Fango himself did it, maybe it'd be in range, but I doubt that it would go all the way to you. Shadows, in the words of a certain someone, look behind you. I am on the little camera, and there's a table, the ghost lady, the heater, the wall. Not sure what you mean. Not sure what you mean. Guess I'll just put it in here then, the boring way. A table! Oh, the table, how did it sneak up on me again? It keeps doing that. How was that? Authentic enough? So, Shadows, I think the game development livestream was really interesting. We didn't get to any texturing or actual ghost stuff yet, but I think it was a very productive and intriguing stream. I can't wait for what the next stream will have in store for us. And I hope the lack of errors will continue throughout the development of the game. Shadows, give me a hand down, will ya? A hand down? Okay. Yeah, same here. I absolutely loved it. Thank you. It means a lot to hear you say that. Check me one before. Oh, I'm up in the rafters. Oh, right. Give me a hand. Oh, right, that makes sense. I'm up in the rafters. Shadows, give me a hand down, for will ya? Alright, well, actually, I have this handy cord that if I pull, the trapdoor will open up. So there you go. That should have dumped you down onto the stairwell. Plonk. Oof. Screech. Well, I did help you down. Ow! Oh no, don't worry, it's carpeted. The trapdoor screeched. Apparently it did. Right, so this kind of area is okay, I think. Maybe a little bit more on this side in the water, actually. That might be good. Shall since when is your trapdoor carpeted? No, the floor underneath it is carpeted. Right. Shall what's the beast you keep up there, dude? Looks like a cross between a bat and an alligator. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. W. You didn't let anything out, did you? Alright, I see. Herbert? Herbert? Why not Herbert? I think it's William, actually. Herbert, the bat alligator? I think it's William, actually. Yeah, well, Kango Fango did actually bring him over here once. And he's had a home up there ever since. So you really have to ask Kango Fango for the name. Right. Herbert is the dragon. Oops. Oh. Right. Save. I actually quite like how this turned out, because this has actually turned out fairly similar to what I imagined it looking like when I first started the route, which is a bit surprising because usually with really any creative project, your first idea of what it will end up being like is probably wrong. So yeah, I quite like this. Maybe I could use a little bit more of the cattails down over here. Shreddies, looks lovely. Or rather, lovely stuff. Thank you, yes. Good. So, now this carries on over here. I think I'll place down the baseboards first. Up to where I want the main line to go. So if the main line goes, it's sort of over there, then that would mean, actually, where do I want this? Yeah, I kind of want the main line to go, probably be sort of this angle, which means this should come down over here, then have the junction probably over here somewhere. Which means, yeah, that means these should be 5 meter grid size. I'll probably have the main line make a little bit of a curve here, so if the main line's going up this way, probably kind of curving over this way a bit. So these I'm going to make 5 meter. Right, sort of like this. Save. Now, what height does the track here have? 5.5 meters. Okay. So I'll put down roughly where I want the main line to go. By the way, Shreddies, what's the ghost lady's name? Is it Lady Milligan 2? Milligan the second? I I don't know. She never told me her name. Right, so if this is going roughly straight, well, it is definitely going straight, but roughly in that direction, and then sort of over here, which is where we'll have the bridge crossing the river. And then the other side as well, because I want this to have one up track and one down track. Ah, I see. Good. And actually, no, I won't keep it this straight for this long. If this comes down over here, that means the junction will probably be over here, which means that maybe we can have a curve here, where it straightens out a bit. And by that I mean from the global axes point of view. So like that. Then over here, like that. Here I need to straighten this and change this a bit. Right, so like this. Right, so this is quite a long bit of straight track, but I think that that will work quite well here. Because I do want there to be a bit of a contrast between the double track main line and the single track line in the mountains. Because in the mountains I want to be all, well, mountainous and curvy and low speed limits and that kind of thing. Whereas where it's more flat, I want it to be straighter and high speed limit. Also, I'll change this to be exactly 5 meters, simply because it's easier to work with. And I do want it to be elevated a bit, which will also make it easier to get across the bridge, which will have to go in over the river over here. Trainz, will sugar beets be an actual cargo on this map, or are the plantations only for decoration? If I'm going to put the plantation in and make it specifically a sugar plantation, then it would be kind of wasteful to not have it be an actual cargo. Right, so this... not sure if I like this curve that much. Maybe like that? Yeah, true. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. No, because they build it a bit straighter. So I think if I move this down to sort of around here and this down to around here, I think that is a better curve. So it goes around here, then crosses the bridge, and then we can have a passing loop over here, like a siding, which is what we've already got there. So that's good. Actually, no, I'll put in another bit of straightened track, because I don't like the huge curve. I like it better like this. Yeah, that's better. Just kind of coming in like that. And I'll make it go down to 5 meters here to meet the main line. And I will bring it somewhat closer, like this. Then, okay, so how many squares do I want? So let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares along to go in here. Actually, is that straightened still? Yes, it is. But that means that this one isn't, so there we go, straightened. I might need to bring this a bit closer. Maybe sort of over here. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Well, no, not exactly. That's good. I think this is a good angle. If you're going to do sugar beets, there's a really good 40s 50s looking truck asset that has sugar beets loaded. Oh, I see. One of the 3 variants even has it dumping them. And it's an American asset. And Alien 3 made a drivable version too. Maybe used as AI triggered by the player? Maybe. Wheels don't turn though. Oh, I see. Yes, American. Okay, well, remind me of that asset when we get to making sessions. Or when I make the industry. Whichever comes first. Right, so that is good. Now I need another crossover because because this is America, so I mean, yes, there are quite a few parts in America where there is signaling to go in both directions, so you can go up and down on both tracks. But in this case, I want it to be right hand. No, is it no? It would be left-hand drive because if it's a car, if it's a road system, because the steering wheel's on the opposite side that the car is driving on. So basically, trains drive on the right only, which means that if a train's coming this way, it needs to be able to cross over to go along there. So let's see, if we start here and then put another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So connect up to there. And that's not, no, that's not straightened. Now it is. Good. Don't think left-hand drive and right-hand drive are used in railroading slang though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What is the proper terminology then? Also, I think I'll make this a bit longer, so that instead of 5, it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that will look better. Yeah, that looks better. Maybe left path and right path traffic? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Good. Now let's replace the levers or levers. Let's see, where are they? There we go. This one is the wrong one. I need main 2. Because I want the straight path needs to be the green light. Here I need 1. And up here I'm going to need 1. Great. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay, that's fine. Right. Well, actually, let's put down the signals. So, I want... Now, I'm not... I do know the basics of how the multi-headed signals work. So, with clear track speed or approach, and then if the next one's red, and then you've got medium speed and approach medium speed and limited approach and such things. Which, I do know that. I'm not entirely sure about the placement exactly, but I do know that the speed is going to be lower if you're turning off than if you're going straight, which means that I'm going to basically I'm just going to place them the way that I think that it makes sense. So for example here, this signal, the straight path will be the right side. Actually, is there a default one? Because sometimes these reset with each session you make. SL... No, I don't think so. Well, actually, there might be. 20 foot, there's left side, 20 foot. What's this one? No, that's the other side. Let's see. Oops, meant to delete it. Let's... Okay, dwarf. Right. According to Wiki, left-hand traffic is driving at the left in the UK. I'm surprised. USA changed from left to right someday. Yes, they did. They did. Right, so this is actually the center one. Nah, not that one. Right, I want... Actually, I think... Okay, well, why not? Let's put a three-headed one down here. Right, so this one is before the junction. So the straight path, yes, it's going to go straight ahead, so right. Signal at, that's okay. Limit speed diverging route. Not sure what... Alright, limited speed. Not sure what that is in the context of the signal, so I'm going to do it manually. Show advanced approach aspect. Advanced approach is single flashing head. That's fine. No, I wanted to show advanced approach. Advanced approach, I do not want to be flashing. Can display restricting aspect. Yeah, sure. And approachlet, I'm going to leave off. Now the important question is, if I save this now, because I put this down on the root layer. Save this now. Then if I go into the root layer, will it have saved the settings? Go in. Yes, it has. Great. Right, I'm going to go back into the session layer. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, searchlight. Oh, searchlights, right? Very interesting, Chris. Yes, thank you for posting that. Thanks for sharing that, yes. Trace, you have to set up those signals one by one for every signal? Wow. Yeah, it has. Great. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Right, so got this signal here. We're just going to protect this going from this side. I'll need another signal over here, but for that a single-headed one should suffice because, well, it's always going to turn off. There's never going to be a situation where it won't. So I think having it here probably gives enough space. Right, like that. Okay. Now if you're going this way, then you're also going to need one. And for these, I'm just going to use the two-headed ones. Because... Actually, no, that's on the wrong side. Actually, let's place it a bit further back so that there's enough space between the tracks. Like that. That should be fine. Right, so this one, because I want these to be able to display not only going straight or diverging, but also to display the advanced approach, which I know I can do with a single flashing light, but I prefer the two-headed ones. Plus, it looks more complicated if I have multiple heads. Sorry. I think this should be good. Let's see. So this is, so the straight route is right and right, which means it needs to be right and right. Okay, for this to go straight through. Good. Should work. Right. That all looks good. Now I need to put down the speed limits. So I'm going to put down 35 going that way. Just going to place that down there. Is that? Oh, that's okay. And as for the main line, what speed do you think should be good for the main line? I'm thinking 50 miles per hour. 50 should be good. What do you think, people in chat? For the main line, the double track main line, what speed do you think is good? Just gonna wait for a few seconds to let it catch up. $55. Oh. Trainz, you should come up with a little jingle for the Milton Valley Railroad. You could play that a minute before each stream starts. Well, I mean, that's a good idea. Maybe for the trailer when it releases. What's the max and what's the min? Well, the maximum for the speed signs that I've got at the moment is 95 miles per hour, and the minimum for these is 10 miles per hour. So I think I'm going to go with Slovak's suggestion of 55 miles an hour, which is an interesting choice. 55 is most used speed limit on tracks like this. Good. There we go. 55. Great. Okay. Usually 2 speed limits exist. Yes. Well, it depends. If it depends on the well, for one, it depends on the quality of the track. If it's the lower the quality is, the lower the speed limit will be. So, for example, these could be 2 qualities. So this and then this one, a bit of a lower quality or sharper turns, and then up here, where the little branch line goes over to the gravel pit. Since the quality of this track is lower than the other branch, like for example like this, it makes sense for it to have a lower speed limit, which they will actually do. But yeah, the second thing is that I think there might be different speed limits for depending on if it's a passenger or freight train. So specific freight, I think that's another thing. I'm not sure if that's the case in the US, but I think it is. Let's chat. As in freight and passenger, yeah. 1 for passengers and 1 for freight trains. Alright, obviously. Yes, makes sense. Right, so here we go. The speed limits are fine. So, actually, no, I'll put that. Should I? Yes, I should. Because I'm debating whether I should put in. Be right back. Okay, see you later. I'll read the rest of chat in a second. I'm debating whether I should put in invisible speed limits on this thing to cross over, but I'm thinking I should. Let's put in 25 miles an hour should be good. There we go. These ones. It is a thing mostly on BNSF. Be right back, yeah. How would you do it in Trainz though? Change the speed limit boards in each session? You could do that. And NEC. Alright. Train priority assigned speed limits. Oh, how does that work? I've never tried that. There aren't many, but they work. Alright, so with those special track markers? No, the speed limit themselves are scripted for it. Oh, I see. Yeah, interesting. Right, so 25 going this way. Actually, no. Because the diverging speed, I think the diverging speed is 35. Okay. I'm going to look it up over here. So... Okay. Alright, here we go. Right, 30. Yes. So I was looking up the standard diverging speed for the US, which is 30, because the way these signals work is if you're going straight, you're going to go at track speed by default, which is the top light. If you're diverging, the signal will display that you need to go at a lower speed for the time that you're diverging. So I want to do this here. I mean, I could use the signal's diverging speed, but I'd rather do it manually. So I'm going to put in 30 miles per hour. Which I'm actually going to put in there. And then another one on this side. These are invisible in driver, the little speed boards. And then 55 going the other way. Should be good. Let's reach-chat. I see. I had no idea. Also, train priority doesn't work as you might think. The only thing it does is that AI will prioritize certain tracks over others. Yes, that's true. I believe the configurable invisible speed sign has an option for priority. Oh, I see. That might be interesting. And I think some invisible signs too. Alright, yeah, I thought it would change the priority of every train that passes the marker. I've never used those. I did kind of mention in my tutorial on track markers, I did mention how they worked, the priority markers. Can't wait to see these signals in action. No, there are commands and rules to change priority of a train. You can also change it in the properties of a train. Yes, it will be using this kind of stuff for the Shinkansen. I will be using this kind of stuff for the Shinkansens. Yes, I'm looking forward to that route if it ever gets finished. Shared Eyes. Alright, yeah, I forgot about that. Oops. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Right. So, first things first. Let's put the height up to the tracks. Yeah, if it ever gets finished. Yes, exactly. Because I think that is... I mean, the most Trainz routes I've ever started, I have never finished. Like, that is just a fact. I've started so many routes. Like, I was really enthusiastic about a project like, oh, I'll do a South American route, and it'll be great. I'll have jungle and mountains with the back and forth thing where, like, what's it called? Where, like, zigzags up the mountain for parts of it. And then I started and I made jungle and it, well, I didn't really like it and stopped. Yeah. Although I have been getting better with actually finishing projects lately. And by lately I mean in the past few years. Yeah, same. Slovakia, imagine if freight trains would be allowed to go on Shinkansen tracks and the Shinkansens behind it will slow to like 30 miles per hour and honking its horn. Happens a lot for others too. Back. Welcome back. Should I say, yes, switch back. Right, that's what it's called. Welcome back. Welcome back, sire. Shut eyes. There's some really good South American diesels. They look like North American ones, but they are buffered. Yes, I know. Actually, I was thinking about remaking the Kutzel Forest Island with those locos, which I have already downloaded. So no, that's Slovak's one. That's not the right one. Where's mods test? Do I still have it? Oh, there. No, that's still not the one. Here it is, mods test. So, if I load here. Why, thank you. Ooh, you, yes. No worries. T19 mods test, yes. Right there. I know it's right there, I've already clicked it. I haven't loaded this in a while, so might take a bit longer. And by a bit longer, I just mean a couple of minutes. Right, it's nighttime out there if you didn't know. Kangavango, the ones you mean are most likely the Argentina locos. Yeah, heard an owl just now, yes. So, you can see, this is my mods test world, or map. So you can see, I've put down tunnel, narrow gauge track, and also some locos that I downloaded for route that I may have wanted to make, or may have already started making, a long time ago. Well, quite a while ago. Some other tunnels, stuff like that. This is one of the grain loaders I may use. Buildings. Right, this. Here you go. These are the locomotives I downloaded for the Ansley Island Railway. There's some really nice ones in here as well. And it is also transitional here, so there are also diesels on it. I mean, just look at this one. Just look at the wheel covering thing. Of course, Big Bertha. Some other ones as well. Some really, really nice ones. Also, I know this is quite an... even for that time, it would have been an antique locomotive. The... what's it? The single-wheeler, what's it called? Is it Scania? No. Yes? Anyway, that one. The one that Emily is in towards the tank engine. And anyway, yeah, like this. Back here, I've got some wagons just because I was testing some loads. These are candidates for the German route I started testing a while ago. But these are French, most of them. Not sure if I'll ever finish that route. And then here's a consist where I was looking around with some wagons, Pullmans, again for that route. Over here, I've got some bridges. I've got again wagons, rolling stock for my German route. And here I experiment with different gradients because I wanted to see how strong certain locomotives were. Yes, I've got different industries over here, and some bridges over here as well, which are quite nice. But the thing I wanted to show you is here. This is where I downloaded some stuff for if I want to remake the Kutzel Forest Island, my Kutzel Forest Island route, which I may do. So these are the locomotives I found. So this one, which does, this one's not the buffered one. I'm not sure which country this is from. Got these ones. This one's a really interesting looking one with the front looking like that. Yes, it's got this livery as well. Then there are these ones which look very much like American ones, but the windows aren't straight. They're kind of angled a bit in front, and the nose kind of gets a little bit wider. in the red one as well. And then I downloaded a variety of rolling stock as well. But these ones use the the buffer coupling system. I'm not sure which exactly I would go for if I were to make the map. Anyway, but over here I also downloaded some palm backgrounds. And of course also all of the palm trees I could find, including some splines and other things. So yes. I'll load the other route again. And then we'll continue, and now I'll read chat. So, chat, prepare to be read. Right there, Kangafango. The ones you mean are most likely the Argentina locos. Oh right, I already read that. I think so, yeah. China and New Zealand, Australia import. Should I imagine an GE AC600, no, 6000 CW with buffers? Interesting. Yes, interesting. Yes, Ed 6, EDH6 Ed heaps, and Skipper 1945 do make amazing locomotives, yes. GNR Sterling, of course, Sterling, yes. Looks very steampunk. Well, it is steam, and there may have been some punks involved. Slotted Splasher, yes. Has anyone made a steampunk-style engine? Well, the thing is, steampunk is basically the Victorian steam era, the steam revolution, only more punky. So, technically, Victorian era locomotives are kind of steampunk locomotives, because that's where the whole steampunk genre came from, imagining that style, but continued on in more sophisticated if ways, mostly. Like in other things, like airships that are powered by steam. That's basically steampunk, so kind of, yeah. Also, Slovak Eagle, I see you've changed your color. Is that so that I don't confuse you with Chris? Interesting. Nope. I think so. I think that counts as steampunk. Might need to look up the definition of steampunk, though. If you mean for trains, I'm not sure. Crazy shadow on the single-wheel steam engine. Yeah, that's because for me, shadows in TRS-19 don't really work that well. For example, here, I've got them on. Shadows are on. You can see trees don't have shadows. The bridge does have shadows. And with the trains, some of them have shadows like these, some other ones don't. And with some steam locomotives, some parts have shadows and some don't. It's really bugged. I've already reported it. They said they'll hopefully have it fixed with the next service pack, which will be released soon, hopefully. Let me just finish reading it. Never seen that one with that front. Interesting. Yeah, that is Argentina stuff. Shadice, I remember you placed a white one on R3, now called Scarhill's subdivision. Where is that? You mean when I placed it as a test? Because I've removed that. I've been read. Yes. And again. Yes. XD. GWR 517 class is 1 by Skipper 1945. Slovak and Chris have the same color for me, orange. Chris was green on stream. Oh, I see. For me, Chris is red. I changed to be more orange. Yes. Although, Slovak, have you ever noticed that brown is just a dark orange? Interesting stuff. My color might change randomly, but not sure. Yeah, if you haven't picked one, then it will change randomly, but you can customize it. So, let's actually continue with the route building. I need a few more baseboards. Yes, the test one with the buffers. I was just asking if you'd placed it on the test route too, so that you don't forget. No, I haven't, because I'm not sure that I would want to use the buffered stuff, because the other ones look so interesting. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Right, this one should probably be 5 meter grid size. Chris, you can pick a color in here, cog identity edit. Alright, yes, okay, good. Good. So, no. Actually, no, I need more. Oh, do I? Yes, I do. I need just a couple more baseboards over on this side, just because the forest continues over here a bit. Right, so this is kind of centered, so it's kind of 2 baseboards either side. That's good. Good. So, the question is, how do I want this to look, like with the fields? So, I think I'm going to make another sort of mini asset palette over here, kind of test around what looks good. Wait. Oh, right, you can get the grid texture now again. Oh, right, I forgot about that. That used to be a thing way back in the day, but then they removed it and now it's back, that you can actually select the grid texture and paint it. You used to have to copy and paste that to get it again. Make everything sugar beets. No, I won't. But good suggestion, though. Yes, definitely good. Right, so I want to do it in current section only. And in this one as well. Let's do this one as well. And then these 3 more here. Like this. Shadows. Ooh, can you change the scale of the grid texture? I suppose you can. Yeah, if you increase it, then it'll be like this. That looks a bit strange, doesn't it? Slovak, look at this. Actually, wait, 1 second. Slovak, look at this. And then look at this. Just look at this. Slovak, are you seeing this? Swadar, if you're watching, if you're still here, Swadar, look at this. It looks so 3D, doesn't it? Okay, fine, thanks. I tried now. Yes, you're purple now. Shadows. Right. No! Yes, I know. Nice! I like the purple. Shadows, that looks broken. So broken. Tells you how much the scale changes. Yeah. Yes. Right, so I think I'll texture the ballast underneath first, so that it's more accurate to what it will look like when it's finished. What the sugar beet suggestion was? The sugar beet suggestion solid 1 out of 2 or 1/2? I really don't know how to answer that question properly. Actually, no, I need a tiny bit wider brush like that. Purple was the only free one according to the contrast to the other ones which are used here. Yeah, I mean, I like the purple. I think it looks good. Ah, right, yes. 1 out of 2 is correct. I'd say yes. Well, no, it's less than that. I'd say maybe 1/8 out of 2. Because making everything sugar beets would mean that all of the stuff I've already made, I would have to cover in sugar beets. And that's not really even a 1 out of 2, because a 1 out of 2 means that it's 50% good. Which it isn't in this case. If I'm being honest. Woo! Or wow! Okay. Sure. Right. Is that too broad? I think that's fine. Actually, I'll say first. Yeah, this is going to take a while. If this was of a 10-meter grid size, then drawing this on wouldn't lag as much, which means I wouldn't have to go this slowly. But it's fine. Just have to concentrate to not mess it up and then have to redo parts of it. Or paint over parts of it. Alright, everything besides the tracks in this area, sugar beets. No. No. I don't want that much. I want there to be a specific area for it. Yes, it can be a large area, but I want it to be a specific area for it. Although, I guess it would make sense. Actually, does anyone in chat know how much water sugar beets need to grow? Like, would it make sense for it to be near the river? Or would it be fine for it to be further inland, where it's not that much water in the ground? Yeah, actually I should change the rotation a little bit here, just so that it's not as repeating, which it wouldn't be that obvious anyway in the finished thing, because obviously splines, things like that, but still. I'll read chat after I've painted over some of this area to make it not as tiling. Right, so let's read chat. Alright, Shadows. Imagine if there were many different terrain texture brushes. That might be interesting, yes. Watercolor, pencil, pen, etc. Oh, right, I thought you meant patterns. So like you could have a sprinkle pattern, things like that. That would be really interesting, actually. 1 inch of water every week. Okay. Is that just you guessing, or is it actual knowledge? Does the grid size has a noticeable impact on performance during driving? It might a little bit. I'm not sure. But the thing is, I'm running this on a computer that is not ideal for TRS-19. I'm running it on a late 2015 Mac, Retina Mac. So, I mean, it lags when I use too much procedural track, and well, a bit of procedural track, and sometimes it's not that. So that means that the 5 meter grid size doesn't have that big of an impact, I'd say. But maybe Slovak Eagle knows more about that. A sugar beet farm in Switzerland. Let's have a look at that. I need to actually select it because it hasn't selected the entire thing as a link. Oh, it says not found. Oh, is that a double R at the end? No, that's strange. I'm not finding the link. It doesn't work. You need to select the entire link and open it. I did, it didn't. Oh, right, maybe it's. Oh, right, because the pop clip open thing only opens the link that is selected. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Copy and paste it in the URL bar. Yeah. Sure it is. Yes, that's true. Sprinkle thing. Buffering. Yeah, buffering. That would be on your end, because I'm looking at the stream on my other screen on the left there, and it's completely fine, so that's probably on your end. TurfFX doesn't work either, I've heard. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't even have the option to turn TurfFX on. Apparently, it doesn't meet the minimum hardware requirements. Chris, no, however, Missing a lot of textures creates small performance impact. Or probably mixing. Right, right. Yes. Shadows, did the link work in the end? Yes, it did. Mass buffering! I'm so gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Alright, well, bye then, Mr. W. I'll see you tomorrow then, hopefully. Alright, Mr. W, bye. Sweet dreams, yes. Right. So. Actually. Okay. Well, TurfFX only works if you have newer NVIDIA graphics cards. Yeah, that's probably the reason why it doesn't work then. So actually, I want to look look at some reference material. There we go. Actually, yeah, that should be fine. Right. So, by the way, if you're watching this and you make and if you are the author of some of these images that I'm going to show, then they're publicly available. So yes, great. You know who you are. Let's see. Oh, not F. No, I want American Railroad. Let's see. It can be quite difficult to get good reference material. It's easier to watch videos because sometimes they find the better spots for that there. There's not really American locomotives. Right. No, this isn't working right either. American Trainz, maybe? Yeah, I want something kind of similar to this a bit. But I think that if I only have, with the mountains, obviously the mountains on my map aren't as distant as this. But I think that in Trainz, this would be a bit, wouldn't look that great. Because, I mean, yeah, this is just kind of the steppe. Is it steppe? Prairie? Prairie, maybe. Which, I do want more fields, but I kind of want this kind of feeling, its openness that gives. That's too foresty. That's the picture from before. And because I don't want it to be a prairie. I want it to be fields. I just wanted to feel open. Right, let's see. No, not that. I mean, this is nice, but not quite what I need at the moment. Okay, I'm just going to spend the next few minutes looking, and then I'll get back to route building. Okay, how about... Oh, well, how about if I just go to the maps and look here? Maybe Street View has some interesting things. So this is kind of Pennsylvania area where it's supposed to be based. Then if it kind of goes out of the area, maybe up here somewhat. What does the area look like here? Quite a bit of forest. Let's look at this. This is too hilly for what I want. Maybe Pennsylvania's... I I don't want to be that specific in where I want. I just want the feeling of an area. Like the mountains of Pennsylvania are really what I want for, well, ish Pennsylvania, for the area, for the mountains area, but for the fields I want something a bit more open. Now in this area it's like there are a lot of fields and then there's just forest everywhere around them, which is nice, but not quite what I'm going for probably. I mean, I might do that. Let's just read chat. Trainz, maybe you could repaint the 44 tonner for the sugar thing. Maybe, if I get the permission from the author. Oh, American Prairies, or something like that. Maybe. 620 Crampton, there it was. Yes, oh lovely, that's quite good, isn't it? Take the middle of USA for such flat fields. Yeah, I wanted to see what the area around Pennsylvania looked like. Not in the mountains, but around there first. Trainz, you could use that. Select the terrain and go SZ. Well, 0.2. Well, I mean... Well, let's look in Illinois. Yeah, this is more what I wanted. Quite desolate. Actually, let's look... Well, let's just look on YouTube. Let's see. Illinois? Railroad. Something like that. And I am going to mute Safari for this because I don't want you to be disturbed by the advertisements. So I can mute that. And then let's see. This might look good. Nope, that's advertising. Don't need that. There we go. Maybe skip in a bit. Trainz, maybe you should set the Milton Valley there instead? Although you'd probably have to rename it to Milton Flatlands then. Well, maybe. I mean, Pennsylvania area is just what I had originally envisioned, but that can easily change. Like, what I'm trying to look for is kind of what field boundaries look like, or road layout, kind of the spacing of fields and that sort of thing. Like, what do field boundaries look like in there? Des Moines is the capital of Iowa. Interesting. Des Moines is such an... when you say Des Moines, it sounds like you're talking with an accent, even if you're not. And I know it's cut off. Okay, there you go. I just noticed. Actually, this might be interesting. Okay, tell you what. I'm going to switch over to this for now. I'm going to make this full screen so that you can see it a bit better. Actually, no, I'm not going to make it full screen. I'm going to zoom in a bit, though. Hopefully it won't crash. Right, so let's see. Right, so got a bit of woods here, large fields, flatlands, obviously. Because I do want quite a few farms or silos, things like this, where you can load grain in, which will then be converted to either general goods or maybe another step in between, I'm not sure yet. That looks good. Quite a bit of woods here. You can see how much the trucks are swaying here. This is hey, Slovak Eagle. This is probably what N3V used as inspiration for the swaying of trains in TRS-19. Let me just read chat. Actually, let's go a bit further back and then let's read chat. By the way, this is Scott Typale, the author of this. Oh, the uploader, sorry. Shuddies, you could set it in Oregon. Oregon's got a bit of everything. Forest, coast, flatlands, desert. Maybe. Shuddies, yeah, it does. I think it's pronounced Des Moines. Des Moines? I think it's Des Moines. Those field borders are literally like Europe. Yeah, that's a strange thing, because from what I know of Europe, it looks very different to America. But apparently there are quite a lot of differences there. That's a lot of silos, yeah. Alright. Roads or trees, dividing them up, yeah. But the thing is, last time I tried to make American fields like that. I did put like trees, things like that between, or maybe not last time, maybe the time before that, but it just ended up looking like Europe. But looking at this film, maybe that's accurate. Oh yeah. Oh yes, you're right, Jedi's. It is Des Moines. I must have remembered something else, sorry. No, that's okay. Actually, the place where I remember how to pronounce Des Moines from is actually the film Noises Off, because in the beginning, the director, being drunk outside, talking to a homeless person on the street with a bottle in hand, he says that they opened in different cities, and then one of the cities he lists is Des Moines, and for some reason that name just stuck with me. That like it just sounds so strange to what I know, or to other compared to other names that are more commonly used. So yeah, that's why I know that from, by the way. Compare this area in the video with fields around Nové Zámky in Slovakia. Okay, well, let's look. That goes that way. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I will get back to route building, don't you worry, don't you worry. Right, so let's just go somewhere over here. Maybe not inside the town. Maybe just sort of, well, maybe just sort of there. Yeah, I mean, the fields here surprisingly look bigger than in the video, in this little area. But you're right, it looks quite similar. Maybe trying over here. I mean, to be honest, this looks more desolate than the thing in America that I looked at. If I saw this and the other one, I'd probably guess that this was in America. Interesting. Right. I also saw that movie, but I can't truthfully say that I remembered the name from there. XD. Right, so I just want to watch a little bit more of this video, just to get a bit inspiration or hints. You should play GeoGuessr then. Well, maybe I will someday. The walls next to the road scream Europe, though. Yeah, I was talking more in terms of country. Stone walls, yes. There we go. I mean, this is basically, like, for example, here. This, the way, an issue is that, one second, let me find the right frame. I wanted the aerial view again. Yeah, like, for example, something like this. The issue with this is, if I made this in Trainz, okay, I'd make a big field I'd put some forest around it, like on this side, and there are very dense forest, a little farm there. If I made this in Trainz, and somebody would drive around, if I downloaded this route and I looked at it, I would think, oh, they've just put forest around it because they wanted to only make the terrain close to the tracks, and behind that is just the end of the world. So they've basically only made a little field and just put forest at the edge because they didn't want to make the countryside there. Which would be totally wrong, because this is actually what it looks like. So then I would make countryside over there just to prove that I did make countryside, that it's intended to look like this. But then that's countryside that most people will probably never see. Slavigal, it's nice, but recently they made it only available to people with an account. Shadows, imagine if the plants would still sway in the wind even when you've got it paused. Ooh, that would be interesting. Shadows, you could link this picture to the map's description to prove those people wrong. I mean, I guess I could. Okay. Yeah, well, this has a bit too much forest for what I want. Then again, over here it doesn't. Yeah, this is more what I wanted, kind of. Okay, well, you can sign in through Google or Facebook. I have both, so I don't really mind. Oh, I see. Only those two options? I don't know. Right, so I'll keep this open because I may need it for future reference. This one. So let's continue. Yeah. I know what you mean. I liked it better the way it was previously. Or create your own GeoGuessr independent account. But isn't GeoGuessr linked with Google anyways? Actually, wait, am I running? No, I'm not sure why it's so stuttery all of a sudden. Oh, I know, of course. I need to restart it because I need to start it in windowed mode, of course. Yeah, previously it was better. I don't know, I use my Google account on it anyways. Maybe one could get the old version via the Wayback Machine? I don't know if that would work. Right, so here we are. And according to the video, all I need is a couple of trees and then it'll be done. No. Right. First things first. I want a road, sort of a main road, as it were, along here. Actually, is the highway? Right, I might use this one actually. This might look quite good. The old highway one. This one. Right. Wayback Machine only saves pictures, so to say. It doesn't actually emulate the websites. Yeah, that's what I thought might be. Alright, the highway came with TS909, right? Maybe, yeah. Or 10? I don't know. I honestly don't remember. I say that as though I had any reason to lie there. Rather, as if I had. Although a thing is that if I use this road here, it will need to continue along here, and then probably have another road bridge over the river, which means I'll have to link it to this road, which, how would that look? Well, if it's not that stretched. I mean, that doesn't look that bad. Anyway, the player probably won't see it that close anyway. 2009. Alright, I won! Has it really been that long? I remember when it was new. I remember the texture looked so good, so high quality. I mean, it still does, kind of. Interesting. Right, so having the sort of main road go along here, that's good. Because then I can put sort of maybe gas stations, things like that on here as well. Right, so then... Okay, well, let's try and mark out some field boundaries. I'll actually grab the road that I have over here. Yeah, time really does fly by. Like the Trainz free roam camera. Interesting comparison there. So I have this road, which I think would look quite good there. I'll actually also grab the texture underneath. Without the... Yeah, okay. 11 years ago, wow. Yeah, I know. Right, so I want... Right, so if I have kind of a camera over here, this might be a good spot for watching trains, something like that, or maybe a trackside camera. So I want, if a train goes by here, I want to be able to look down a field boundary. So I'm probably going to put one going down along here. Maybe make it a bit less straight, kind of a bit jittery. So kind of, or curved, something like this. Looks a bit better. Yep, let's undo that. I think that this is probably a good size for a field. Kind of going up to around here and then over, because those fields are huge, the ones we saw. I'm talking about the Slovakian ones. No, I'm talking about both, really. Right, next. I need to find some trees that would look good as field boundaries. Actually, I'm also going to pick up some of the forest and drop that down over there so that I can see how the trees would interact with the forest. Like if they would work well together. So we put a little wood over here. Well, I need to cut this back a little bit. I may even leave it here. Right, so something like this. I want this to look natural at least, so it's not that distracting. Which means I have to smooth the corners, and I'll save. I know this isn't vital for this part, but I need to do it anyways, because I want it to look natural. Right. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, I've updated my Twitch schedule. So on on Thursday, I've got Train Simulator, just driving around, from 8 to 9, and then Roller Coaster Tycoon from 9 to 10, and game development is from 8 to 10 as well on Friday. So kind of like this. Shadays, just imagine that, if Trainz would have circular select brushes. Oh, that would be interesting. Really riveting gameplay this. Honestly though. Good. Right, I need the other texture, that one. Right, and I'm just gonna kind of mark this out a bit, because again, this is an important part. Oops, did not mean to do that. Right, so like this. I need to make this little bit here grassy instead. It stands out. That's better. This little area as well. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Or a lasso select tool. Ooh, that would be interesting. Right, so if this is kind of a little wooded area back there, I mean, that looks good. It looks very, very flat though. I might put in some really, really very shallow hills. just so that it doesn't look that flat. Maybe I'll put some where the forests are, so that it makes sense that that area maybe wouldn't be as farmable. Like something... Well, that doesn't look that good because now part of the forest is hidden behind the hill. I didn't want that. So maybe something like this might be better. That looks okay. Lasso was the correct pronunciation, I think. Yeah, I thought so as well, but then since it was lasso, I thought... But yeah, I think lasso is correct as well. Road into the woods and through the fields. Yeah. Even though it's the other way around, yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Now, here we go. Why did you find the train on the tree? Oh, street, of course, yes. Now I'm curious what this is. Ah, right, this one. I don't think we need this one here at the moment. Although it is a pretty loco. No, I want to find a tree that fits. Let's go to the STRMM. Trees? Because these are quite good and also quite performance efficient. What's that? Oh, an apple tree. That's interesting. This might be good. XD, yes, those are really good. Apple tree! Yes. Maybe. Right, so all of these are... Actually, this one looks quite nice. Well, these ones are all non-broadleaf ones, and I want broadleaf trees here. Actually, maybe this one. Maybe this one would also look good. I think that one would also look good. This tree reminds me of the city map that I made ages ago. Kangafang, you will remember this. It's the city, that map. If you remember the trees I used, this one kind of looks like those. Shadows! Yes! Or rather, yay, imagine a wrought leaf tree. Ooh, that looks a bit, that would be a bit strange. I'm just placing basically the ones that I think might work down, and then I'll choose a couple of them that I'm actually going to use. You should make a remake of that too, if I remember it. Why a remaster? Or rather, remaster of it. Yes, looks great. Maybe snatch some from Skyles? No, I don't think so. Actually, this might come in handy. Or remake. Yeah, basically the city map I made was like maybe 2008, maybe, or maybe 7. No, maybe 7, maybe 8. I'm not too sure about that. It was when I only just started with Trainz-ish. It was really good. For the time, yes. For the time, yes. The pine group. Oh, tree pine group. Might look at that. actually. Maybe this one could work. Well, what does that look like farther away? Is that the one that... No, that one's fine. Was an asset you used? I think so, yes. And Station Terminus, yes. I think it was called. I think that's what it was called too. I have a lot of STRMM trees. And these are the flowers, and then we get into the pines and things like that. Right. And these ones are, yeah, they are the birches. And these ones are shrubs. Shalace, I believe you missed the message above my or remake message. Yes, looks great. Maybe no, I did read that one. I did read it. I said no. Right, so what would look good? Let's just use a little stretch over here. I think maybe these trees are too big for a basis one. Maybe... Not looking too good at the moment. We'll see. Maybe just one or two of these ones. And then maybe this one as well. I think these trees are too tall. Actually, I might be able to use some of these assets in here as well. So of these little shrub assets. I'm not sure if it wouldn't be more efficient to use a spline for that. Probably would be. But I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah, you can't really see it. I think it would be more efficient to use a spline there instead. So, what do you think in chat? Do you think this looks good as sort of a basic field boundary selection of trees, or do you? I'm not really sure. All right, I think it looks great, says Kangafango. Yes. Okay. I like it. Oh. Eagle likes it. Kango likes it. Okay. Well, the thing is, and Paradise likes it. Sweater likes. The thing is, I think these trees might be a bit too tall compared to the forest trees, because looking at the video before, the forest trees looked much taller than the field boundary ones, which makes sense. Everyone likes it. Good. More variation. I thought maybe the field boundary ones could be a bit shorter, but if you like it like this, then sure, I'll keep it. But you're responsible. These ones are the 12-meter ones, and this one is the... Oh, right, this one's that one. I think I might use some of these as well. I mean, yeah, okay, good, you accept it. You've entered a contract with me, a verbal contract, to which I will hold you. basically that, don't worry, it basically just means when this root gets released as payware and doesn't do well, then it's basically your fault because you chose the thing. No, I'm kidding. No. I'd keep it 2, yeah, okay. Responsibility? Oh, could you send me a 2-gram bag? Oh, you've already got it. Scratch that. Scratch that. Cancel the order. Cancel. This is funny. Right. So I want a texture to paint underneath here so that it's more clearer, that there's like taller grass and things like that. I'm thinking that the normal forest texture might... Well, actually that might look quite good there. Just like Shardise is a robot or something. Shardise, cancel my order or responsibility. Okay, I'll cancel your order, but not your responsibility. Abort! Thanks! No, it's fine. Right, so now let's see if I just do this. How does that look? That looks good with some shrubbery spline underneath. Next, I'll need the gravel texture. I meant off. Oh right. Shadows, cancel my order of responsibility. Cancel my order or responsibility is funnier. XDD, oof. Order of responsibility. Yeah, I do like it as well now. XD. Right, so just kind of a hint of that. It doesn't have to be that broad. Just kind of, as long as there's a hint of it occasionally, but the ballast I mean, it's fine. And then a little bit more here, just to indicate that vehicles have kind of come up from this way. I think that looks good. This is hilarity at its finest, as long as it isn't actually serious. What if it was serious? Oh, you should be scared. Right. No, giving responsibility to the stream chat is just wrong. Right, so now let's see what shrub splines I have. The FMA shrubs, I mean, the FMA shrubs always look good. Like, if I just use these ones and kind of did it like this. Yeah, you see, I mean, this just always looks good here. Although, it doesn't have that much ground cover. I mean, maybe if I did it closer to the road a bit in some areas. So maybe a bit more like this kind of. That might be good. Let's see. If I extended it a bit further, like this. Yeah, I like that. Also, I just remembered a thing I wanted to do. Which is, if I go to... oh, named objects is ticked. Right, so if I go down here, I placed... on a stream, I placed this here, which is the first flower on this world that I've placed. So I'm going to rename it to first flower, which should be that object, right? Yes. So there we go. First flower. Might be a bit distracting if you're on the map, but it's a good reminder, because this is where the flower started. So, now back over to the other area. Who would ever do a thing like that? Ah, well, guess Paradise is the answer. Yeah, yes, FMA shrubs. Aw, love hearts. Yeah. Right. Now what? Now what? Okay, okay, next, I guess, would be making some of the trackside area look good. I'm going to experiment with using some of these STRMM shrub objects. I know they're not good for grades, obviously, but it is quite flat, this little area here. Obviously, like this, it doesn't look great, but when I put some more objects and the grass pline on and things like that, it might look good. Shadows, I'd like to place a new order. Here's the list. 2 grains of deceit, 4 bags of entrustment, and 6 bags of disresponsibility. I've got that order. I'm afraid we're all out of disresponsibility for now. I can give you a ring when we've got some more in stock, but it might be years. Oh, GlitchCon, wow. It's weird. Why do the love hearts not display on screen anymore? I don't know. Sort of Gaming, the Kappa works for me. It didn't on Slovak stream. It was the golden one there. Yeah, on mine, it isn't the golden one. It is the normal one. And then obviously we need to place some trees in here as well. Yeah, Shadows, ring? Do all orders come with a ring? Yes. How else would you get them? Right, and some of these mixed in as well. I mean, if this gets too laggy, I can always replace some of this with splines. But the splines in TRS-19 wouldn't look as good because, well, 2D objects, you know. I mean, that's enough said, I think. What? When I type the emote, it's golden. If you type it, it's the default. So weird. Alright, if you type it. There we go. Oh, it's golden now. Thanks for the hug, Twitter Gaming. Aw, weird. Oh, why did I select this one? Did not mean to select that one. There we go. This is the one I wanted. Right. Now, roughly how does this look? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I will need a few trees, though. Just mixed in here. I'm actually going to use needle trees, so non-broadleaf ones, because the shrubs are already broadleafed. So having trees there that aren't broadleafed will, I think, add a lot. Yeah, I think this looks good. Might look a bit too uniform though, I'm not sure. We'll see. Weird. And JVC wildflowers. Looks great. Thanks. Okay, so next thing is I'll paint the ground underneath it with the sort of darker grass texture that I'm using over here, because that will make it look a bit better, considering that the shadows aren't working there for me at the moment. Alright, so sort of this sort of size should be good. Actually a bit bigger. Right. And I'm also going to put the grass spline down there. Also, it might look better if I only occasionally twirled the texture. Not twirled it, but I mean twisted it. Because if you keep hold of the button, then it gets a bit blurry. So I'm painting one part, then pressing the button once, then painting another part, pressing the button once, and so on. So it doesn't look as blurry. And you won't really see the repeating texture that much when the spline's on top, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to save first, actually. Right. So this is the spline I want. So now let's get started with that. So just kind of along there. So from the road, it looks good. Now I just need to place another sort of layer of spline up here, which will go up to the gravel, the ballast, so that when you're driving the train, it's not the barren terrain that you see. Right, and also I'm going to put a little bit of grass just at the beginning of the field separation, just over here, because back here you won't really notice, but here you do kind of notice. So I'm actually, because I don't want to forget that I want to put a trackside camera here, I'm actually going to place it now, which means this, ladies and gentlemen, is the first trackside camera that I've placed on this route. So I want it to be kind of here. That should be good. Right. I am on the route layer, that's good. Right. Actually, let's replace the tracks with the ones that I want to keep there. So if I go to bulk asset update, assets to update is this one. Then I need to turn this tool off, because otherwise, well, yeah, this one is the one you need to turn off, so otherwise it won't turn off, basically. Kind of redundant. And then put that over there. Anyone route, begin. And now you can see that it has not replaced it. Why hasn't it replaced it? No, seriously, why hasn't it replaced it? Anyway on route, begin. There we go. That was odd. Anyway, yes, so this is what it actually looks like. I can just imagine mile-long freight train just highballing it down past here. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. Right. So yeah, quite happy with that. So now I've just realized that we've gone past 11 o'clock. But I do want to take the grain train past there one more time, just to get a feeling of how the speed limits are and things like that. So lights on, good. Look, yeah, Shades, imagine if holding the texture turn keys would actually distort the textures. Ooh, that would be quite laggy, I'd assume. Yay! You should be able to give names to trackside cameras too. Maybe you can, I don't know. I've never tried. with the properties tool. I mean, maybe you genuinely can, I don't know. There we go, that was odd. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I've realized it too. Yay! Okay. So let's speed up to 35 miles an hour. And then we need to slow down to 20 for the bridge. And then it goes back up to 35, and then up to 55. Actually, yeah, that reminds me, I need to change the junctions, switch them. That should be all. There we go. Right, now let's turn the power off. We'll probably add some shrubs down here as well, along there. Probably. Can't guarantee though. Depends on how the scenery from the end of the bridge to the main line will turn out. And I'm just going to use the locomotive brakes to slow the train down, because I tend to use the locomotive brakes mostly in trains, because they apply and release so much faster than the train brakes do. Which, while it is mostly realistic, well, realistic to some extent, because with the train brakes it has to apply them in each car individually. In trains, it doesn't even start to impact the speed until it's already braking the entire train. So there we go. This bridge is so nice. I mean, just look at that. Right, let's turn the power off. Stream ends. Love that. Yes. So here we go. I mean, 50, I can accelerate a bit, because the speed limit is 20. It's beautiful. Thank you. I really also like the reeds. I think they add a lot. Oh, I've got the train brake applied still. That's the mistake. The sky adds a lot to it too. Yes, it does. Right, now we've just got to wait for the rear of the train to go past the speed limit sign for the speed limit to increase again. I don't know why, but this is just so quiet. Huh. Actually, maybe I've made it more quiet in the other program. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. That's better. Don't forget to press 3. I won't. I've actually already pressed it. Here's a nice little detail. The 3D driver is sitting only in the leading locomotive in there. If you go to one of the rear ones, you can see it's empty. Neat. I've never used that word IRL before. What word? Neat. Oh, right, that one. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that one. Yeah. perhaps. It's a bit strange to think that this route, this location, is the same one that has the dam on it. If you just go several miles that way, there you go. The Doppler effect in action, listen to it. And there you go. Not sure that I think I'll need to raise the camera a little bit to be able to look down that way, but we'll see. And there we go, we're on the main line. I mean, this just feels so good to drive down. Damn, that's pretty. Yes, yes, the dam, I know. There we go, full power! Notch 8. By the way, highballing, the term highballing, if something's going fast, actually refers to the highball signals, where a ball would be raised or lowered on a rope to indicate whether the track was clear or not. So if the ball was high, it meant the train could proceed at track speed, which is where we get that expression from. And there we go. There's the end of the track and the end of the stream. But not actually, I'll read chat, do shoutouts, all that stuff. Nope, do not need to save that. This Trainz I can quit. And there we go. So, a good stretch does feel good. Right, so, it's really, yeah, so, when does this route release? When it's finished? Well, no, not when it's finished. Well, first, I need to finish the route. Then, when the route is finished, I need to make the sessions. When the sessions are finished, I'll need to make the trailer. When the trailer is finished, I can make the thumbnails and things for that as well. And then it'll release. And that all depends on how much I can do during the streams, because and that also depends on how large I intend to make the route, because the route originally I had intended for it to be quite large, and it already is kind of, well, it's medium size, I'd say at the moment, medium sized route. Yeah, it just depends. It really just depends. We'll see. Yeah, I know. February 2nd? Alright, is my guess. I don't think so. I don't think it'll release that soon. Or December. No. Yes, Sweetar, hello. Hi-oh, sneaks in and out again. Shadays, you forgot the session screenshots. Yeah, the thumbnails things. Bye guys, okay. What about the stream screenshot? I think I'm gonna pick one at the end where we're looking down the barrier. I think that's good. As the YouTube thumbnail, yes. Not February 2nd. February 2000 and... Oh, right. I don't think it's gonna take that long. YouTube thumbnail? Yeah, I'll pick one at the end where with the... you know what I mean. So, if you want to know which one I've picked, just check out the thumbnail after I've released the video. Right, so, yes, I don't want to drag this out too long. So, shoutouts, quick shoutouts. So, Switter Gaming and Slovak Eagle are part of the Central Europe development team, which is a huge Trainz map based in Central Europe. So have a look at that. Yes, Slovak Eagle also streams some driving in simulators, Trainz, map building, that sort of thing. I don't think Sweatar streams at the moment. Not sure about that though. Kango Fango, he streams OMSI 2 map development, Trainz map development on Sunday. Have a look at that as well if you're interested. Which, if you're watching this, chances are that you're probably going to find that interesting. Yes. One more thing. This stream will be archived, which I've kind of already said because of the thumbnail thing. Alright, bye! Remember to follow people if you want to. Stream coming near Christmas, for sure. Interesting. What are you going to stream, if you don't mind? Or you want to keep it a secret, maybe? Shadows, damn, thank you for the shout-out. I know, the damn jokes are damn funny, and that's damn interesting. And thank you for the shout-out, even though I didn't stream for a year, lol. Oh, Sweeter Gaming! Or rather, ooh. Right, this is going on long enough. So, that's about it. Next stream is on Tuesday, which will be more Milton Valley. On Tuesday will be more Milton Valley Railroad. Thursday, I mean, you can see it. It's right there. I don't even know why I'm saying it. I've gotten so used to this thing. I'm just not doing it. Nice. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Either Trainz, Minecraft, or music-related stuff. I would say Trainz from that list, or music, but Trainz. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. See ya, and remember to follow. Thanks. It was a great stream. Live in the progress. Bye. See ya. Bye. I'm just gonna sit here in silence for a few moments to let people catch up. So, bye.